Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, does anyone remember what we were reading yesterday? We are reading from Canto 8 of Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 24. Does anyone remember what we read yesterday?
Hare Krishna. Yeah, we read that King Satyavrat in Chakshusha Manvart later became the son of Shraddha Dev. He's the son of the Vivaswan, the sun god, and he was established as Vaivastamanu by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And the Lord appears for the well being of his devotees. The Lord has manifested as a form of a fish in Chakshuksha Manvarta. And yeah, so there was a pastime like how he came as a fish, but not a common fish. It's uh, it's different from a common fish, a transcendental fish. I mean, that is his form. Whenever the Lord comes, he comes. His form is transcendental, and um, yeah. So the Lord has two expansions. One is the Swamsha expansions, which is his personal expansion, and the other one is Vibhimsha expansion, which is separate expansions of the Lord. So, like the demigods, the living entities, are the Vibhimsha expansions, which are parts and parcel of the Lord. Yeah.
Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you.
We also
Hare
heard about
Krishna.
fish, that the fish was so small when the Satyavrat Maharaj at the Kritmala river, he was doing the tarpan. So the fish came into his palm and the fish was really small. And then the fish talked to the king and said that, uh, can you put me in a water again, like a bigger one, because it's too small for me. And then he put it in the other one, and then in the lake, in the well, and then in the well also the fish grew in a moment a big, and then he put it in the river. He requested to put him in the river, and then he was put in the river, and then the fish, in one night the fish grew so big, and then the other water body and the lake. And then he said that, oh my god, this is something not normal. He's not a normal fish. The Satyavrat Maharaj realized that he's not a normal fish, and then he put him in the ocean, and the ocean also he grew really big. So yes, and then he realized that he is Lord himself, and then he paid obeisances to Lord, and he said, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, he said that you always appear for,
For a
to
reason.
give mercy. Yeah, to give mercy for out of your own favor, to give your favor. You are appearing for the welfare of all living entities. So certainly this incarnation also you've come for that. So then let's go on. Shishuka Vacha
Shri Shukha Uvacha
iti Bruvanam Nripatim Jagatpati
iti Bruvanam Nripatam Jagatpati
Satya Vratam Matsya Vapur Yuga Shaye
Satyavratam Matsya Vrapu Yugashre
Vihartu Kama Pralayarnave Pravich
Vihartu Kama Pralayarpane Brabhit
Chikeshurikanta Jana Priya Priyam.
Chikirshu Ekanta Jana Priya Priyam.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Sukadev Goswami said, when King Satyavrat spoke in this way, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who at the end of the Yuga had assumed the form of a fish to benefit his devotee and enjoy his pastimes in the water of inundation, responded as follows. To benefit which devotee the Lord had taken this form of a fish?
Satyavrat Maharaj.
Satyavrat. Yeah. Okay, going on. 32. Shri Bhagwan Vacha.
Shri Bhagwan Uvacha.
Bhagavan Uvacha
Saptame hi adya natad urdhvam.
Satyamehi
Saptamehi
Adyanaturdhvam
Adhyathanatvam
Ahani etad arindama.
Ahani
Ahani Etad
Etadharindama
Arindama
Nimankshati apyayam bodho.
Nimakshati
Nimanchati
Apya
Apyamyam
Ambudho
Bhoto
Trailokyam bhurbhuvadikam.
Trailokyam
Trailokyam
Bhurbhuvadikam.
Bhurbhuvatikam.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O king, who can subdue your enemies? On the seventh day from today, the three worlds, Bhu, Bhuva, and Swa, will all merge into the water of inundation. So the lower, middle, and this, up to the Swargalok, all will be in dissolution. Trilokyam Leela Yamanayam
Trilokyam
Trilokyam
Niyamanayam
Niyamanayam
Samvartam Bhasit Tada
Samvartam
Samvartam
Pasivaitada
Bhasipetata
Upasthasyati Naukachit
Upasthasyati
Upasthasyati
Naukachit
Naukachit
Vishala Tvam Mayerita.
Vishala Tvam Mayerita
Vishalatvam
And all the three worlds merge into the water, a large boat sent by me will appear before you. So the Lord is saying now, because it's the end of the millennium, here he's saying that seventh day from today, these three worlds will all be dissolved, will all be covered with water, because it's the end of the yuga. The end of the yuga has come now. Okay. Relook with it. And then Tvam Tavad Oshadi Sarva
Tvam
Tvam
Tavat
Tavadoshati
Oshati
Sarva
Sarva
Bijani Uchavachani Cha
Bijani
Bijani
Chavachani
Chavachani
Cha
Sapta Rishi Bhi Parivritaha
Saptarishihi
Saptarishihi Parivritah
Parivrittaha
Sarva Sattvopa
Sarvasattvopabramitaha
Sarvasattvopabrimvittaha
Aruya Brahatim Navam
Arubha
Aruhya
Prahitam
Prihatim
Navam
Navam
Vicharishyasi Aviklavaha
Vicharyashyasi
Yashyasi
Aviklavaha
Aviklavaha
Ekarnave Niraloke
Ekanavindranaloke
Ekanavindraniraloke
Rishinam Eva Varchasa.
Rishinam
Rishinam
Eva
Eva
Varchasa
Varchasa
Thereafter, O king, you shall collect all types of herbs and seeds and load them on that great boat. Then, accompanied by the seven rishis and surrounded by all kinds of living entities, you shall get aboard that boat, and without moroseness, you shall easily travel with your companions on the ocean of inundation, the only illumination being the effulgence of the great rishis. So Matsya Avatar is telling to Satyavrata, it's going to be so dark, because the whole worlds are being inundated. Everything is underwater, so there's no light. So where's the light going to come from? Where's the
from
light going to
the
come from?
from the rishis, from the Mahan rishis, the effulgence of the Mahan rishis.
Yeah, the effulgence of the rishis, that's how the light will be there. So he's saying, I'll send you this boat and you collect all the living entities and all types of herbs and seeds and you put them on the boat. Something like Noah's Ark, right? Like how we hear.
Mm. Yeah, exactly.
Right. Okay. So this is the Matsya
But how
avatar.
many living entities he can load the
Huh.
boat,
All
right?
living entities he's saying. So
You see
8,400,000 is it?
how is
All
it?
kinds of living entities.
Hmm.
Here
By
Matsya
Krishna's
avatar is saying,
mercy, right? Even in the
yeah,
Noah's Ark, he had collected. I don't know if
all,
you all have heard, he had collected all kinds of species, all kinds of animals, like a male and a female set.
yeah.
Hmm.
In the Noah's Ark
So,
also, he had collected all that.
yeah, all kinds of living entities. Certainly not an ordinary boat, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Certainly not ordinary. Dodhyumanam tamnavam
Dodyanam
Tam
Navam
Navam
samirena baliyasa
Samirena Baliyasa
Yes,
upasthitasya me shringe
Upasitasya
Upasitasya me
Vishringe
shringe
nibadnihi mahahina.
Nibhagni
Nibhagnihi
Mahahina.
Mahahina.
Then, as the boat is tossed about by the powerful winds, attach the vessel to my horn by means of the great serpent Vasuki, for I shall be present by your side. So the Lord is saying He's going to be driving the boat, kind of, right? Attach the vessel to my horns. And what's the rope going to be?
Vasuki.
Vasuki.
Vasuki. Where did we hear earlier also that Vasuki will be heard, will
Yeah.
be used
Yeah.
Churning
as
of
a
the
Nina.
ocean.
churning? Yeah, churning of
In
the
the
ocean.
churning of the ocean. The churning
That's
of
right.
the ocean.
Yeah, that's right. At the churning of the ocean, Vasuki was the rope. Aham tvam rishibi sardham
Aham
Aham
Tvam
Tvam
Rishibhi
Rishibhi
Sardham
Sardham
sahanavam udanvati
Sahanavam
Sahanavam
Udvanti
Udanvati
vikarshan vicharishyami
Vikarnam
Vikarnan
Vicharishyami
Vicharishyami
yavad brahmi nisha prabho.
Yavad Brahmini
Yavrami
Cha
Prabhu.
Prabho.
Pulling the boat with you and all the rishis in it, O king, I shall travel in the water of devastation until the night of Lord Brahma's slumber is over. So it's the end of the day of Brahma. So then the night comes. When the night comes, all the lower planets are in the water. And because all the lower planets are in the water, to save all these living entities, the Lord is saying, I will send you a boat. This particular devastation actually took place not during the night of Lord Brahma, but during his day, for it was during the time of Chakshusha Manu. This particular devastation took place not during the night, but during his day, for it was during the time of Chakshusha Manu. Brahma's night takes place when Brahma goes to sleep, but in the daytime there are 14 Manus, one of whom is Chakshusha Manu. Therefore, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments that although it was daytime for Lord Brahma, Brahma felt sleepy for a short time by the supreme will of the Lord. This short period is regarded as Lord Brahma's night. This has been elaborately discussed by Srila Rupa Goswami in his Bhagavatamrita. The following is a summary of his analysis. Because, because Agastya Muni cursed Swayambhuva Manu. During the time of Swayambhuva Manu, a devastation took place. This devastation is mentioned in the Matsya Purana. During the time of Chakshusha Manu, by the supreme will of the Lord, there was suddenly another pralaya or devastation. This is mentioned by Markandeya Rishi in the Vishnu Dharmottara. At the end of Manu's time, there is not necessarily a devastation, But at the end of the Chakshusha Manvantar, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, by his illusory energy, wanted to show Satyavrat the effects of devastation. Srila Sridhar Swami also agrees with this opinion. So here, that's why Prabhupada's purports are so important, to help us get a deeper understanding of Bhagavatam. So here Sukadev Goswami is saying,
Hare
that everything
Krishna.
will be devastated. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, so when Brahmaji sleep for one night, that time the pralay, that day is as a pralay,
Yes,
like the Yuga
night.
Ant, that night.
No,
Oh,
yeah,
then
not Yuga Ant. It is the night. So when he's sleeping, so lower,
Mhm.
middle, and the Swargalok, everything gets devastated.
Oh,
Everything is underwater.
so it is annihilation like that.
Annihilation, partial annihilation. Yes.
Oh,
That time
oh,
only the Janalok, Tapalok, Mahalok, Brahmalok, they remain.
oh,
Up to Swargalok, everything is destroyed
okay, okay.
when Brahmaji is sleeping. Then when he wakes up in the morning, then again he will do the creation of whatever was destroyed
So it's every day. Matlab every night he
every day.
sleep. Every night
Yeah.
he sleep. Every day he's create.
Yeah. Like how we go
Oh,
to office every morning, we do work.
okay.
Every
Oh,
day we will do the work. So Lord Brahma also, when he wakes up in the morning, he also has to go to office. He does the work again of
oh,
creating all these lower planets up to Swargalok.
oh,
So
okay,
he,
okay.
yeah. So here now we are trying to understand when is this actually thing happened. So Prabhupada is giving us all the commentaries of the different acharyas, that it's not actually during the night of Brahma, it's still during the day, but it is during Chakshusha Manu, during the time of
Mm,
Chakshusha Manu. Seems like it's gonna be like the end of this Manvantar, that Chakshusha Manvantar is gonna finish. It's
mm.
around that time. So it's still the day of Brahma, because in one day of Brahma, how many Manus are there?
14.
12,
14.
14, yeah, 14.
14.
14.
14.
Yeah, 14.
Yeah, 14 Manus, and still it's the day of Brahma. So right now
Mm,
it's Chakshusha Manvantar, the Manu has to change. So it's
mm,
still the day of Brahma. But now to show this, to show to Satyavrat how the pralaya looks like, how this devastation looks like,
oh,
Matsya Avatar is arranging that there's going to be a pralaya right now. So Brahmaji is
mm,
feeling sleepy. It's his daytime. He's going to take a daytime nap, a short nap. How
mm,
sometimes we may nap in the afternoon.
mm, mm.
So at that time, again, all this partial devastation has happened.
Oh, okay. So I thought like maybe it's the change of yuga. That's why the Lord will take another incarnation, something like that. No.
Yeah, he does that also. At the change of yuga, he takes incarnations. Here he is saying that it was the time that Agastya Muni cursed, there was a devastation. Chakshusha Muni, this is by the mercy of the Lord. The Lord wants Satyavrat to see. This is the end. Here we are saying that
Mm-hmm.
this is now the end of the Chakshusha Manvantar. So it's
Mm-hmm.
not that every end of every Manvantar there's a devastation. No,
Mm-hmm.
no. You know, just now this devastation is happening because Lord wants Satyavrat to see it, what the
Mm-hmm.
devastation looks like.
And the complete devastation takes place. Trying to recollect now. How does that complete and when does that take place?
When does the complete devastation takes place, where the whole universe is completely destroyed? When does that take place? Anyone?
Yeah, that takes place when 100 years of Brahmaji completes.
Yeah,
100 years. Okay.
100 years. Lord Brahma, 100 years, and then he dies. when he dies, this whole universe also is destroyed.
And then uh, all the living entities, everything, they go into Vishnu's body, right?
Yeah, that's right. Everyone goes inside the body of
Ma-
Mahavishnu. Everyone is
Mahavishnu.
sleeping there.
Okay.
Yeah, everybody's
Okay.
sleeping.
So in Kali Yuga also the Brahmaji, when Brahmaji will
Shilpa ji,
have last day, then this Kali Yuga will end, right? And the another Yuga will start.
No, in Brahmaji's one day there are 1,000 Kalyug.
Oh, oh my God.
mm,
So he will die
There
for
is
1,000 times?
no, he will
Then?
not die 1,000. He'll die when he's 100 years old.
Hmm.
In his one day, there are 1,000 Satyug, 1,000 Treta Yug, 1,000 Dwapar Yug, and 1,000 Kal Yug. That is only his one day. And during
Oh.
the day, he's busy. He's busy, making sure everything's okay in the universe. And
Hmm.
then when the night comes, he goes to sleep. When he
Hmm.
goes to sleep, then the lower planetary systems, the middle planetary system, up to and the higher planetary system up to Swargalok, where the demigods live. That's all
Hmm.
destroyed.
Hmm.
Only the very high planets remain. Maharlok, the Janalok, Brahmalok.
Vishnu
Only
Lok.
they are there.
Hmm.
Huh?
Like Vishnu
Vishnu,
Lok. Vishnu
Vishnu
Lok.
Lok is not in the material world. Vishnu Lok
Not
is
in
in
the
the
material world?
spiritual one. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Vishnu Lok is in the spiritual world.
Oh.
Right?
Like
But if
Kunta,
you're
no?
speaking of Shweta
Ah.
Dweep is it's a Vaikuntha planet inside the material world that is never destroyed. Never.
Oh. That is Golok
Because it's
Vrindavan?
a eternal. Golok Vrindavan is in the spiritual sky.
Spiritual sky. Oh.
We are speaking of the material sky right now, of the material world right now.
Hmm.
Yeah, not of the
Hare
spiritual world.
Krishna, Shilpa ji.
There's no devastation in the spiritual world. Yes,
There is
Hare Krishna.
no. You can continue, then I'll ask the question. No problem.
Ah. So in the spiritual world, there is no devastation. It's eternal, always existing. But the material world, there is devastation. That's why it's temporary. It's there for some time, then it's destroyed. Right? That time may be very, very long. Just like we are hearing in Brahma's one day, there is 1,000 Kalyug. So it's a very long time. That's just one of his days. And he has how many of his days? In 100 years, how many days will you have? 365 times 100, right?
42 billion something.
Hmm?
Yeah.
It'll be 365 times 100. That many days he will have. And as long as his night. It's a long time.
3,650.
Yeah. And all this is only in the material world. No destruction in the spiritual world. That's why we are said, go to the spiritual world. Go to Vishnu Lok. Go to Golok. So there is no this pralay. There is no dissolution, no devastation. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
शिल्पा जी, I just have one
Mm,
question. It's written कि मनु के
mm,
काल की समाप्ति पर प्रलय आवश्यक नहीं होती है. So is it that
mm.
they are telling that when the time period of the Manu ends, that it's not necessary that there will be pralay, right? That's what they're trying to point
Exactly.
out here.
Yeah, that's right. Because in one day
Okay.
of Brahma, there are 14 Manus.
14 Manu. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, and the devastation is happening when Brahmaji is going to sleep,
Sleep. Okay.
you know.
Hmm.
So usually there's no destruction during his day, but sometimes there is. So
Hmm.
when was it?
Especially
Huh? Huh?
this one.
I'm sorry, your
Especially.
voice is breaking.
So actually, I think maybe I'm inside, so my net is not properly working. But so like this is especially at the end of the Chakshusha Manvantar.
That's right.
That Lord made it happen so that he could
Yes,
show Satyavrat Maharaj
that's
that how
right.
does the pralay. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why
And
the
then
curse, right?
Prabhupada,
Yeah.
yeah, the curse is here. Prabhupada is
Yeah.
explaining that
Yes.
Agastya Muni had cursed Swayambhuva Manu. So during the Swayambhuva Manu, that Manvantar also there was a dissolution, devastation.
Hmm.
But that was because Agastya Muni had cursed. So because of Agastya Muni's curse, there was a devastation. Otherwise, generally, there's not going to be a devastation at the change of the Manus. That's what it's saying here. Not necessarily that there is a devastation. Yeah, is that
Yeah,
okay?
perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So, okay, Madhye Manvantarasyeva
Madhye
Madhye
manvantarasyeva
Mune Shapan Manum Prati.
Shilpa
mune
ji, this is not
apamanokrati.
the one that you have to read. This is the end of the you just have to read on your own this one.
Ah,
It is at the end of the
okay,
purport.
yeah, this
Yeah,
is the
sorry.
Lagu
Yeah,
Bhagavatamrita. Okay, okay.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
all right. So
Correct.
Lagu
Sorry.
Bhagavatamrita is written by Srila Rupa Goswami. And Rupa Goswami is saying, Madhye Manvantarasye va Mune Shapan Manum Prati Pralayo so Babuveti Purane Kvachit Iryate Ayam Akasmiko Jata Chakshushashyantare Mano Pralaya Padmanabhasya Lila Yeti Chakutrachet Sarvamanvantarasyante Pralayo Nischitam Bhavet Vishnu Dharmottaretva Etad Markandeyena Bhashitam Manor ante layo nasti manave tarshimaya Vishnu neti bravanestu swamibhirne shamanyate. So Prabhupada is giving us this Sanskrit also of Lagu Bhagavatamrita uh, to help us explain that exactly when this pralaya is happening. So we can see it's so important to read the purports of Prabhupada to get a deeper understanding of Bhagavatam. So this is happening at the end of Chakshusha Manvanta, and it is because the Lord wants to show Satyavrat Maharaj what happens in a devastation, effects of a devastation. We are going to read later how Markandeya Rishi, he lives through the devastation. He lives for until the, like full day of Brahma, and then he's seeing the devastation and how he's swimming in this waters of devastation, and it's like not easy. So Ratna, is that okay?
Yeah, Hare Krishna, yes. I could see.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Madiyam Mahimanam cha
Madhyam
Madhyam
Mahimanam cha
manimanam cha
Param Brahmeti Shabditam
Param
param
Brahme
brahmeti shabditam
Vityasi Anugrahitam me
Vetyasi
vedyasi
Anugrahitam Me
anugrihitam
Samprashner Vivritam Hridi.
Samprashne
samprashne
Vivritam
vivritam
Hriti.
iti.
You will be thoroughly advised and favored by me, and because of your inquiries, everything about my glories, which are known as Param Brahma, will be manifest within your heart. Thus you will know everything about me. So the Lord is saying, because of my favor, because of your inquiries, you will realize my glories. You will have this realization because the Lord is giving him this favor. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 15:15, Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sanivishto Matasmitir Jnanam Apohanam Cha. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Paramatma is situated in everyone's heart. and from him come remembrance, knowledge, and forgetfulness. The Lord reveals himself in proportion to one's surrender to him. Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stateva bhajami aham. In responsive cooperation, the Lord reveals himself in proportion to one's surrender. That which is revealed to one who fully surrenders is different from what is revealed to one who surrenders partially. So here we can see that, how come the Lord is giving favor to someone? Because that devotee is surrendered to the Lord. And to the degree one is surrendered to the Lord, to that degree, the Lord favors him. Krishna is saying, Ye yathamam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajami aham. That to the degree one surrenders, to that degree, I reciprocate to that degree. I reveal myself to that degree. Everyone naturally surrenders to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, either directly or indirectly. The conditioned soul surrenders to the laws of nature in material existence. But when one fully surrenders to the Lord, such material nature does not act upon him. Such a fully surrendered soul is favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead directly. Mam eva ye prapadyante mayam etam taranti te. One who has fully surrendered to the Lord has no fear of the modes of material nature, for everything is but an expansion of the Lord's glories. Sarvam klav idam brahma. And these glories are gradually revealed and realized. So what is the point here? Prabhupada is making a point here. And what is that? That what does Krishna say? How to get Krishna's favor?
By
The
surrendering unto him. Complete
Yeah.
surrender.
which you
Complete
surrender.
Surrender. Yeah,
Mm.
surrender. So we have to surrender.
Yeah, even
Then,
we did not surrender but indirectly we surrender to God, right?
yes,
It is
indirectly
already
we surrender by what is indirect surrender? That we are under the control of modes of
modes
nature.
of nature. Yeah.
Yeah,
modes of
they
nature.
bind us. They've caught us. So we have
Mm.
surrendered to the modes of nature. Modes of
Mm.
nature also belong to Krishna. So
Krishna.
that is
Yeah.
indirect surrender. So what is the proposition? Krishna is saying, you directly surrender to me and I will
Mm.
directly give you protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one who has, okay. Alright. The Lord is the supreme purifier.
Indirect, sorry, but the indirect surrenders will not take you, no, to Krishna,
No,
because
no,
you are bound, no, by the modes.
that's right. That's right.
Right.
Indirect surrender. No, we'll still continue to be in the material world.
Material world, no, that's what.
Yeah.
That's actually not really surrender. We're not surrendering to Krishna, but you're surrendering to the
So
modes.
that's why it's called indirect,
So that is
because
called indirect. Okay.
indirect. Why? Because modes of nature also belong to Krishna.
Okay.
He's the lawmaker, right? Material energy belongs to Krishna. So someone says, I don't want to surrender to Krishna. Fine. But then what we are doing? We are surrendering to the modes. And the modes also belong to Krishna. So we are surrendering to his will. But that's indirect. It's not directly surrendering to Krishna.
Modes can be called Maya Devi also. So like we are
Maya,
surrendering to
yeah,
Maya Devi. Yeah.
yeah. Surrendering to Maya. And that is indirect surrender to Krishna because Maya Devi, she belongs to Krishna. She follows Krishna's order. So that's to understand the supreme position of Krishna then. Mhm. Is this long? No, it's not long. So let's just try to
No, you can
finish it
finish
up.
it. Just a little
Okay.
more. You can finish, Shilpa ji.
Okay. The Lord is the supreme purifier, Param Brahma, Param Dhamma, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. The more one is purified and the more he wants to know about the Supreme, the more the Lord reveals to him. Full knowledge of Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan is revealed to the pure devotees. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita 10.11, Tesham evanukam partham aham agyana jam tamaha nashyami atma bhavasto jnana deepena bhasvata. Out of compassion for them, I, dwelling in their hearts, destroy with the shining lamp of knowledge the darkness born of ignorance. So one who wants to know Krishna, one who wants to know more and more about Krishna, then Krishna within the heart, he gives the knowledge. He takes away our ignorance. It says, by the shining lamp of knowledge, he takes away the darkness born of ignorance. So we can see that we need to have that desire. Yeah? We need to surrender. It has to come from us because Krishna is fulfilling our desire. We want to continue to be playing around with Maya, infatuated with Maya. Then Krishna fulfills that desire. But if we want to know Krishna, we want to have a relationship with Krishna, then Krishna helps us. Both ways he's helping. Depends what we want. Right? Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.
Jai